So here's one of my drafts I did for best ball, where I did my running backs first and like wide receivers secondary, and I didn't even pick my quarterback until the seventh round. This is how I think you should normally do the drafts and like everything else. You can't really see my tight ends because the picture is too big, but I picked Cole Kmet and Juan Johnson. So right now, if you look at it, like it's Austin Eckler, Derrick Henry, and Cam Akers were like the first three running backs I picked. I got Austin Eckler because somebody picked John Robinson. I always say Johnson, but it's B. John Robinson. Like third pick, it was like weird. Like the second pick was Christian McCaffrey, then it was B. John. I was like, this is like a weird draft. But maybe people are starting to realize what I'm saying, and that the running backs need to go first. So it's like I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, okay, so I'll take Austin Eckler. Came back around, took Derrick Henry. Then the next pick, I took DK Metcalf because I was like, all right. Then I got Debo Samuel because most of the running backs were not even like that good. I was close to getting Josh Jacobs. He was like picked two picks before me. If he didn't get picked, I would have taken him over Metcalf. But it's like if you look at this, like it's actually not a bad team. Like my wide receivers are like pretty decent. And the thing is this with best ball, you can pretty much like do like a shotgun kind of thing where you're just picking massive wide receivers and keeping your other stuff like tight knit good stuff like running backs, QBs, and tight ends. Because the fact that like there's so many wide receivers can do well all over the place that you just basically just keep them going and just pick all various ones with different buys. But like to me, like I'm saying, like having those two running backs right off the bat is just way better. Because like look at my running backs. If I didn't do that and I picked like other things, I would have like maybe I probably would have gotten I think like maybe Cooper Kupp might have been the one guy that I would have gotten over it. That would have been like the top tier one. And maybe I could have gotten like Chris Olave as my second wide receiver. But then my like next like running back would have been like, probably I would say either Gibbs or maybe Travis Etienne. Which like to me, I just feel like the difference between Austin Eckler and like Jahmyr Gibbs and Travis Etienne is just way different. You know what I mean? Like it's like maybe like by like like 100 points for running backs this year. You know what I mean? Especially with Jahmyr Gibbs because you never know with that offense if they're actually going to use him as a main or they're going to do a kind of a committee back kind of thing going on. But if you look at it and see it, this is basically how the normal drafts go. Your wide receivers can change depending on what you pick. You can always pick a quarterback earlier because I could have gotten Justin Fields if I wanted him instead of like Metcalf. I could have gotten Fields and Debo Samuel kind of thing going on. It all depends on like how you want to do your draft. But like when you get like those two solid running backs like that,